Hey everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo, and welcome back finally to Yosemite Valley. It's a very good feeling to finally say welcome back to Yosemite Valley. It feels almost like a deja vu today, because we are doing yet another lynx habitat. Only this time it's going to be an official one, and it's going to be an official animal of the game. Now, we obviously have the lynx now in the Europe pack, but as you guys know, if you are a follower of this series for a while, that we already had one of this species habitat in here, and then it had been turned into a cougar habitat during the course of the North American Animal Pack. That's now kind of 3.5 months ago. So I figured I still want to have the lynx in here. It makes sense. Only it needs another location this time around. And I decided against squeezing that into a, well, kind of free space that barely even exists anymore. And I did what I already told you guys in the planning episode a couple of days ago. I repurposed the existing habitat that we actually did as a very last habitat in here, and that is the little, what was that again, the snow fox, the Arctic fox habitat, and this is going to be repurposed, as I said, into the lynx habitat now. I can already tell that this was absolutely the right decision. The end result looks really cool. I'm very curious to hear your opinion on that, especially after the real-time part, because, oh man, that was a lot of fun building, even though a lot of struggle as well, which I'm going to talk about a bit more in the real-time part to show you, because I want to talk in this time-lapse a bit more about Harry Potter. That might be strange for you, but hear me out. There is a reason to that, and this is because I listened to the audiobooks of Harry Potter during the course of this build, and also Hirschegg and so on. I listened to that, and I have a couple of things to talk about. I already mentioned this on Twitter, and I just want to talk about that. If you are not interested, you may just skip ahead into the real-time part then, but I want to speak about this in a couple of seconds after I gave you a bit of an insight of the habitat itself. Now, my main idea was to get this a little bit more hilly in terms of the overall shape of it. I made this as a little mold for the Arctic foxes, but I figured for the lynx it's kind of cooler to go a bit more into a raised terrain so that they have to have something to climb on, and, you know, making sure that there's also some security netting and stuff like that going on. It's maybe not completely finished yet. I have to still do some little things here and there, but I think I'm very happy with the end result. There will be also a couple of little changes from this speed build to the real-time part, because I already did something off screen that I didn't record. A couple of nasty little things that are not really exciting, to be honest, for keeping in a speed build, and so I decided against. But you can see I made one of these prominent mesh kind of cage thingies over here that are semi-open. I just wanted to make sure that where it is very close to the pathway, we are kind of secure of these animals to escape, and then everything else will be rather secure by the choice of materials and so on. But I'm going to talk you through in detail in the real-time part. It's a lot easier to show off things when you are actually in the file, and performance is still somewhat okayish. It's far away from being great, but it's okayish, and I think that's well enough to show you around. Now, let's take these last 8-9 minutes to talk about Harry Potter. Maybe not even that long. Maybe we'll skip back into the game, but this is so important for me because I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks during building. I think the course of Yosemite Valley is tightly connected to the two books of Ready Player One. The audiobooks, I listened both of them. I listened to the prologue of The Hunger Games, which I think it's the Ballad of Birds and Snakes or something like that. I forgot the name, which was a great book, by the way, or like a great audiobook. I really loved it. And just in general, a couple of things I listened to during building. For me, it's like a mix. Sometimes I like to listen to audiobooks, but then again, there are also times where I just listen to music, or even Twitch streams. I quite often chill in some Twitch streams while building. So, you know, I'm mixing it. And lately I had the feeling that it's kind of cool to listen to Harry Potter again. Here we go. This is a comparison of the character of Ginny in the books and in the movies. And I know that I have a rather exclusive opinion on the movies, I guess. But for me personally, there's only, well, Actually, no, I'm gonna say it differently. There's only one movie for me that is outstanding. There are two great movies, and the rest is rubbish. And I'm going to say it that harsh because I think I have to do it to give you a bit of a perspective of what I'm going to talk about. Put that into a more objective kind of perspective, then all these movies are kind of good. But for me, the third movie is outstanding. The Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie directed by Alfonso Cuarón, is for me one of the greatest movies in general, but also in terms of Harry Potter, because it was able to turn the book into a movie without making a one-to-one copy or just deleting passages and stuff. But he really understood to take the essence of the book and convert that into a movie that works. So that means everything that he changed in order of the movie was a deliberate choice to make the movie a good movie, rather than changing some things just for the sake of entertainment or something. It works because it works in the story that Alfonso Cuarón wanted to tell in that movie. It goes from the screenplay to the extremely great choice of cuts. In a way, he has a lot of one-shots in there. He has a lot of impressive imagery, and this is something that I'm very much into. But then again, this is also the only movie which doesn't really feature Ginny that much, because she's not playing that huge of a role in the third movie at all. She has got a very huge role, obviously, in the second, and then she has a very big role from the third onwards. But the third one itself is not really prominent, so I think you can't really judge if Alfonso Cuarón would have had a better stance on Ginny. Well, but my big issue is that the character of Ginny, for me, is potentially the greatest character in the books. Her development is great, her role that she plays for Harry is great, and the way how she helps to develop the character of Harry is also pretty impressive. I think she has a very neat way of getting involved into the story more and more, and then all of a sudden dropping out towards the end story of the book, so to say, becoming less of a relevant factor when Harry, Ron, and Hermione decide to go on the hunt for Horcruxes. So I'm very impressed by how Rowling managed to have this character with such a huge role and then all of a sudden drop out. But now the thing is, and I'm not talking about any kind of superficial visibility things like outer appearance or something, because the actress Bonnie Wright, she's a beautiful little girl, or woman nowadays, you should say, and obviously even if she weren't super much to the liking, they still have the chance to dress her up in a different kind of way, and that's not at all the problem. The problem is how the character of Ginny is portrayed in the movies. She really does not play a significant role in any of the movies, and the one movie where she should have had the biggest role is ruined completely and utterly, being the sixth movie, The Half-Blood Prince, which might also be the worst book of all, but I think at least if there's one brilliant thing about the sixth book, it is the character of Ginny, how she manages to show Harry that she basically really plays a huge role in that she actually understands him, because she's been through being cursed by Voldemort himself and so on and so forth. So I think it is really a good trait of her, that she is being that understanding person in Harry's life, who's seeing him as a person and rather than the chosen one or something else. And this feeling never translates into the movies. No, it's actually the exact opposite. She's being portrayed as all of a sudden this insanely strong woman screaming and yelling at everyone on the Quidditch field, being there to take Harry into the chambers and stuff, and to put away the book of Snape and so on, the Half-Blood Prince book. It just doesn't work for me, because there hasn't been any character development to this point that led to the fact that she plays that role. She's just there all of a sudden. And then this all leads up to this one moment, the kiss between Harry and Ginny. And yes, the actors both said it's been one of the weirdest kisses in their entire life, because they feel like brother and sister. I mean, fair, but at the end of the day, they are actresses and actors, so they should be able to translate that into a movie in a better way. And let me just put that straight. I think this is potentially the worst kiss in any movie I've ever seen. It's ridiculously bad. And if you compare that to the books, where the kiss between Harry and Ginny is one of the most weird things in comparison to both characters. This is the only situation where both of them, who more or less have a rather secret relationship growing together, have an outcoming in front of literally everyone. And the movie just changed that to Lavender and Ron, who basically have nothing to add to the story other than that, Hermione is, made jealous a little bit, so that you can see that she develops feelings for Ron. But the relationship between Lavender and Ron is just ridiculously irrelevant to the entire story, and they put them into the biggest moment of the movie and just played down both Harry and Ginny again. And this is for me already reason enough to hope for in the future a new stance on this series, whether it's going to be like a full series on Netflix or somewhere, or it's going to be movies again. I don't care, but I think that it would be great, because I think it's not really paid tribute to what they could be as characters. Anyways, I completely rambled about that, but I just wanted to get that out. I don't care, I do care. I think there are enough Harry Potter fans, hopefully, to, just like that. But I just had the feeling that I wanted to talk about that. And who, if not you guys, right? So please let me know in the comments down below if you think that's interesting to you or not. And what do you think about the character? And do you like the character? Maybe you even have a different stance and you like the way how Ginny is portrayed in the movies. However, I've not really heard that often that people were happy about that. But anyways, there might be people who like it and they have a good reason for that. So let me know about these reasons in the comments down below, because I think that's rather interesting. Now, that's all I wanted to say about Harry Potter, and we are almost at the end of the speed build, and that's the perfect timing to say we will see each other in the real-time part, where I'm going to show you this build actually in detail and not talking about Harry Potter anymore. So thank you so much for listening. If you found this interesting, we'll see each other after the cut. Alright, so here we are in the real-time part, and this is the finished result of the Lynx habitat. Now, there's a lot of things that I have done, as I said, off screen, and I did a lot more on making the building a little more used looking. As you can see, there's a couple more little decals everywhere around, making the building on the backside a bit more dirty. We've got some cracks and stuff here in the stones, and I just can't say how much this changes the game. I use this most of the times over here, just in order to make it all look a bit more used, and you have to do that throughout the entire zoo, but sometimes little subtle things like this one over here already make it so much more interesting to look at. This is a rather new phase, and I wanted to play a little bit about with the idea was to repurpose this thing, and I think I just kind of tried to embrace that as if this is really a repurpose. And as you can see, this build itself, like the building itself, is kind of used, has a lot of cracks to it, has a lot of different things, bit of a dirtiness in general, like, hasn't been refurbished at all. But then stuff that is more new, like these fences over here and this fence over there, is kind of done, while the concrete and stuff has been here for a while already. That's interesting. And if we go further, you can see also the more new area here is still very nice, but if you come here to some of these things, it almost looks like as if this is used, but the fence in the middle is kind of new, but the ground is kind of used. We have some cracks everywhere, but the more modern part, as you can see, this entire corner here with the new fences and stuff, they are looking very tidy, while the ground has seen some better days already. So this is, kind of playing the story a little bit. I did a whole bunch of security measurements here with making sure that they can't jump out of the habitat, because I'm not sure if that's on purpose, but these animals can legit jump, I don't know, 20 meters it feels like. I had not done anything over here, and they were able to jump from this point, honestly, to over here. This is the minimum of security fence you can do in order to prevent them from jumping over. It was ridiculous, and I couldn't figure out what exactly was the problem. And so I was testing a whole couple of things. I first thought that this was the interior which was causing an issue, but apparently it wasn't. So this is all fine, and I left it the way it is. I think also, by the way, I like the interior quite a lot. It's rather simplistic, but it's really like as if this is like a modern habitat. And you can see if we pause the game over here, oh god, I love that. I love this lynx doing this little stretchy thing here in the midst of its wonderful new habitat. Can we also have like a better lighting in here? I'm not sure if there's a way of getting lighting in anyways. What a come on. Oh yeah, there you go. Look, we can have like a little bit of sun just slightly kissing. Can we just get into the face a little bit? Oh my god, this is so unfortunate. Look at that. I thought it would just going a little bit, but look at this. I love that. I love this pose. I love how the interior works in general. I love the model of the cat. I love the fur. Did I say I love the fur? By the way, I love the comment in the last episode that was just going nuts a little bit on my obsession with fur. So yeah, I do like fur, and I won't excuse for that. I think fur is a very important thing in an animal game, you know, guys. Let's just see if this one. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, having the face a little bit more in the sun. That just looks fantastic. I am such a huge fan of this. Can you also do some climbing here? That would be amazing. Show the people that you can actually use everything. That would be good. But yeah, you can see this is the interior. They have like a little bit to climb. They have like a little shelter in which they can go, just like to, you know, enjoy their time here, just sleep a little. What is that, by the way? Where's this coming from and why is it here? I'm confused. What is this? Wait, this does not have, this is not meant to be here. What is this thing? Can we just delete that? There you go. I think I can just delete one more. I know why this is there, but we don't need it here. There you go. This is better. This is way better. I have no clue why it was there, but yeah. So you can see the lynx is now, I think it's going to go outside, enjoy a little bit of time. Yeah. And I didn't really change too much. I built like a little bit of a staff area, which is empty, but just imagine there is like a kitchen or something in there, or like a backstage where they have some toys, you know, taking a bit more into consideration that this would be here because like they have to walk always into the big cat house to grab some stuff. So I think it's just natural to have a little bit of storage there as well, so that they don't always have to go such a long distance. But yeah, just look at the way this habitat works. I think it's pretty beautiful, and I think overall I couldn't be more happy with how that looks in the end. But I wanted to show you real quick something. Now, let's have a look. Like, the Lynx is the latest cat addition to the game. Just have a look now at the Lynx and the fur and everything. Now, let's go over here. Oops, come on. Oh my god, the game is just doing a little autosave here. There you go. Let's go down to the lioness here. And you can see the difference of quality, especially in the fur, is ridiculous. I mean, this is a good model. It's a good model, but there is just no comparison at all between those two animals. And you could argue now that the lion obviously doesn't have that long of a fur as lynx has. Yes, but still, I mean, just look at the paws over here and look at the overall fur and stuff, you know, and then just flying over real quick here to the lynx again. Hopefully it's still in the sun. Yes. That's just a different quality, guys. This is just a totally different quality. Everything, just like how the ears and stuff looks, and just so much more realistic. And yeah, then on the other hand side, you've got the lion. And I really do hope that Frontier is going to have a little looky look in here with the new gained, you know, I think knowledge and stuff, that they are going to go and have a little look onto into the lion, for example. Let me just have a look. Is that at least the fur of the... That looks at least a little bit improved. I'm not sure, but it looks a little bit improved, to be honest. I'm a bit confused right now because I haven't expected that. Is this improved? I can't remember that the lion looks that good with its big old how's it called? Fur around the neck. I don't know. There's a specific name for that, but I forgot. Also, like the different color. I might be wrong here, but I think they did change a little bit. The model itself doesn't. They still would need to work on that, but the fur of at least this could have received an upgrade. Also, like the transition over here is way less prominent as it used to be. I'm quite certain that they did change something here. Oh my. Oh my, this is cool. This is really cool. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if I'm totally wrong here and seeing things that don't exist, or if this really looks different. Anyways, I don't want to bother you too long with this. I think I'm a big fan now of the Lynx area. Let me just also tune down the lighting a little bit, or like put it different. There you go. What are you doing? Are you going to... God, I wish that they would change the... I mean, I like the fact that they can use that. This looks very cool, by the way, here in front of it. This just looks... Oh my god. This animal, I'm obsessed, if you can't tell already. But yeah, I wish that they could finally change a little bit about... How is that even possible? About how these bridges work, because they never run in the center, they always go on the sides. Never mind. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is the lynx habitat now in Yosemite Zoo. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and stick with me. There's going to be a lot going on this weekend, making sure there is a couple of tutorials coming in the next couple of days, and hopefully a Prehistoric Kingdom is also dropping soon again. I'm working on a lot of different things. None of these are finished quite yet, but I hope I will be able to finish at least one tonight, so you will have a cool video tomorrow. So thank you guys as always. Yeah, if you guys like the stuff and haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to do so. That helps me out, and if not, I just hope you guys had a good time with the video. I talk to you in the next one. Have a good one, stay safe everyone, and goodbye.